Have you ever played Marvel Cosmic Invasion in co-op and noticed that some pairs simply destroy everything in their path? Well, there are combinations that seem born to fight side by side, with absurd synergies, coordinated attacks, and powers that complement each other in a way that makes any enemy tremble. Today, we're diving into the 10 best cooperative duos in the game, and the number one is so insane it almost seems bugged because of how good it is. So, get your controller ready, because this list will make you rethink all your strategies. I'm Matthew, and the video is about to start. Opening our top of the best co-op duos in 10th place, we have Rocket Raccoon with Iron Man, a tech partnership that seems straight out of a crazy Tony Stark plan involving the most explosive raccoon in the universe. Rocket is the king of traps and explosives, throwing random grenades that can turn into nukes and clear the entire screen. But alone, he's in the C tier because he depends too much on setup to shine. I really like how Rocket creates chaos with those bombs that drop from combos. It's like preparing a surprise party for Annihilus's bugs, leaving them all grouped up and vulnerable. Then Iron Man comes in with his gadgets and repulsors, firing blasts that sweep everything ranged like a cosmic insect vacuum. This tech-based synergy is perfect for infinite waves, where you set up and clear without breaking a sweat. Personally, I spend hours testing Rocket's grenades, hoping the nuke drops just when a horde appears, and Iron Man finishes with that repulsor cannon that crosses the entire screen. Pairing projectiles still gives Tony unlimited ammo, which turns him into a machine of destruction when Rocket is distracting. It's a duo for those who love crowd control, but not for heavy bosses. This duo is in 10th place because Rocket limits the potential. He's fun, but inconsistent compared to heavyweights like Wolverine or She-Hulk. Still, take them for casual arcade or survival mode, and you'll feel like a Marvel war engineer. Tell me in the comments if this one went up in your co-op ranking. Arriving at the next spot in our top of the best co-op duos, we have She-Hulk with Beta Ray Bill, a bruiser duo of brute force that turns any wave into total chaos of slams and hammers. She-Hulk is the queen of throws, grabbing enemies like sacks of potatoes and throwing them into the air or against walls for extra damage, while Beta Ray Bill does insane juggles with the Stormbreaker, keeping the bugs in the air forever. This tanky synergy is gold for defensive co-op, where you hold the line together without fear of dying. I love how She-Hulk starts the combo with a suplex or bounce that leaves groups vulnerable, like a green WWE fighter crushing the crowd. And then Bill comes in with the hammer spinning to keep everything juggled. Her slams create perfect openings for his heavy attacks, which shock and knock down heavies as if they were flies. It's a duo that shines in tight hordes, tanking hits while the other clears. Personally, I spend nights in survival mode testing this. She-Hulk gives me that feeling of unstoppable powerhouse, gaining post-throw buffs that make her hit harder, and Bill complements with retaliations that shock anyone who dares to get close. In co-op, one holds the flyers with aerial throws, while the other grounds everything with hammer sustains. It's defensive, but explodes in damage when synced. Perfect for those who like a raw style without frills. In the end, She-Hulk plus Beta Ray Bill is in this position because it's too tanky for agile bosses, but dominates groups and casual co-op like no other. Take them for missions with stampedes or group deletes, and feel the cosmic power of two Marvel heavyweights. Falling to 8th place in our top, we have Nova with Black Panther, an energy plus agility combo that both in A tier deliver perfect ranged/melee coverage for the mid-game. Nova flies across the screen, blasting with energy bursts that cross multiple enemies like a cosmic guided missile, clearing the sky of flying bugs. Black Panther closes everything in fast melee with sharp claws and dashes that shred groups on the ground. The synergy here is insane because Nova stays in the air, controlling space with sustained blasts, forcing the adds to group up for Panther to jump and assassinate with agile combos that shorten distance in the blink of an eye. He starts with stealth takedowns or dash attacks that break defenses, while Nova covers from above with energy fields that stun at close range. Perfect for mid-game co-op, where waves mix flyers and ground heavies. Personally, I got addicted testing this in the arcade. Nova gives me total freedom, flying and aligning blasts for Panther's targets, who retaliates with vibranium counters that turn into eternal juggles. In co-op, one distracts ranged elites while the other closes melee, exchanging assists to maintain momentum without holes in the defense. It's a fluid duo for those who like mobility without being too tanky. Nova plus Black Panther is in 8th place because it shines mid-game but struggles in tanky bosses or super dense waves, where a little brute force is lacking. Still, it dominates phases with mixes of enemies and casual online co-op. Try it in survival and tell me in the comments if this duo helped you. Entering the 7th place in our ranking, we have the tempestuous duo Storm and Beta Ray Bill, a combination of S-tier zoning with brute force that solves life against any horde or heavy boss. Storm is the queen of screen control, using hurricanes and lightning to push enemies and create safe zones where no one enters, while Beta Ray Bill is the hammer of justice, literally, crushing everything that's left with the weight of the Stormbreaker. What I find incredible in this synergy is how Storm prepares the ground. She clears the screen with massive area attacks, throwing enemies up or away, leaving them perfect for Bill to enter with that shoulder charge or hammer throw that catches multiple targets. It's beautiful to see enemies floating helplessly in Storm's wind, only to be slammed to the ground violently by Bill. If things get tight, Storm has absurd aerial mobility to escape and reset the fight. Personally, this is my favorite duo to face annoying bosses that spam minions. Storm deals with the adds without even breaking a sweat, and Bill focuses all the massive damage on the boss, tanking hits if necessary thanks to the passive of retaliating with shock. The pace of switching between clearing the screen and crushing the single target is addictive, and makes you feel like you're playing with real gods. This duo is in 7th place because, despite the absurd power, Bill can be a little slow if you miss the timing of the juggles, and Storm requires positioning to not get hit for nothing. But when it fits, it's pure destruction. I highly recommend it for those who want to feel powerful and in total control of the battlefield. Now climbing to 6th place in our ranking of the best co-op duos in Marvel Cosmic Invasion, we have Storm with Spider-Man, a combination of S-tier zone control with insane mobility that turns into a lesson in aerial synergy and absolute crowd control. Storm continues to be the queen of zoning, clearing entire screens with hurricanes and lightning that push hordes as if they were dry leaves, while Spider-Man uses his web swings to control groups, stun specific targets, and give that aerial finisher that catches 3 enemies at once. The synergy here is beat-em-up poetry, because Storm prepares the ground by throwing enemies up with gusts of wind, creating perfect openings for Spider-Man to enter with that web swing kick that crosses the screen and sticks everyone together. Spidey recharges the web canisters just by dodging, so he becomes an infinite control machine, while Storm resets the field with storms. Personally, I get addicted testing this duo in survival because the rhythm is too fluid. Storm dominates the air while Spidey closes melee, and if it gets tight, both have aerial mobility to escape and reposition instantly. What I find most awesome is how this duo works against any type of wave or boss. Storm deals with flying adds and clear space, Spidey focuses on stunning heavies or bosses with webs, and when things get dense, the two take turns with tag attacks that look like comic book pages coming to life. It's synergy for those who love total control of the field without relying only on brute force, using intelligence and timing to dominate. In the end, Storm plus Spider-Man is in 6th place because it requires more skill to shine fully. You can't stand still getting hit, you need to use the mobility of both to dance across the stage. but when you master it, it's elegant destruction. I highly recommend it for those who want to feel like they're playing an animated HQ, with Josh Keaton dubbing Spidey. Guys, arriving at 5th place in our ranking, we have Wolverine with Captain America. A classic combination of burst damage with support tank that is literally the American dream armored with adamantium claws. Wolverine is the shredding machine, entering with fast and brutal combos that melt life bars, while Cap anchors everything with his shield, providing assists that boost damage and protect the swaps, making this duo practically immortal in long runs. What I find most intelligent in this synergy is how Captain America works as the solid base that allows Wolverine to do crazy things without fear. Cap's boost morale passive increases focus recovery and improves assist damage, so every time you switch between them, Logan comes back with healing factor regenerating HP, and Cap enters with that shield bash that stuns entire groups. It's perfect for setup. Cap groups the enemies or protects during critical swaps, and Wolverine finishes with that Berserker barrage that gives no chance of response. Personally, this is my favorite duo for survival and long arcade runs, because the sustain is absurd. Wolverine heals himself while you play, and Cap ensures that the swaps never leave you vulnerable, covering your entry with shields that block projectiles and guarantee momentum. It's part of the Dream Team 4P that everyone comments on, where these two form the backbone of any serious composition. It's synergy for those who want to play aggressive without sacrificing survival. In the end, Wolverine plus Captain America is in 5th place because it's the definition of reliable. It has no amazing tricks, but it works against everything, from dense waves to tanky bosses. Both are recommended for beginners precisely because of self-sufficiency. But in the hands of those who know, they become controlled devastation. Try this duo in campaign mode and feel the power of the well-done tag system. Tell me in the comments if this became your main duo. Falling to 4th place in our top of the best co-op duos of Marvel Cosmic Invasion, we have Storm with Iron Man. A synergy of dominant aerial zoning that makes you feel like the absolute owner of the sky against any flyer invasion. Storm, S-tier queen, controls the air with massive lightning AoE that shocks and pushes entire hordes, creating safe zones where flying enemies become easy prey. Iron Man complements with safe ranged via repulsor blasts and electrocharge, parrying projectiles to gain unlimited ammo and become a flying turret. The beauty of this duo is in the perfect exchange. Storm starts clearing the screen with hurricanes that throw everything up, setting up aerial punishes for Tony to enter with a beam cannon that crosses multiple stunned targets. Against enemy flyers, which everyone hates, she stuns with shock, while he covers from afar without risk, and the cosmic swap keeps the combo alive without holes. It's pure co-op, where one dominates distance while the other punishes aerial melee. Personally, I spend hours in survival mode with them because the loop is addictive. Storm forces enemies to group and shoot, activating Iron Man's ammo passive, and then you alternate to infinite burst without touching the ground. I feel like I'm playing a retro version of X-Men vs. Street Fighter, but with Cosmic Marvel and a broken tag system for flyers. In the end, Storm plus Iron Man is in 4th place for being total security, but lacking a bit of brute force for the top 3. Perfect for mid to late game with flying adds or bosses that spam projectiles. Test it on the helicarrier and tell me in the comments if this aerial dream team climbed to your podium. Arriving at the top 3 of our ranking of the best co-op duos in Marvel Cosmic Invasion, we have Black Panther and Iron Man, an A-tier combination of zoning plus melee cleanup that seems tailor-made to dominate bosses and hordes without mercy. Iron Man is the maestro of repulsors, maintaining constant pressure with blasts that chip HP from afar and control the entire screen, while Black Panther enters like lightning with fast strikes and those vibranium daggers that finish everything in the red in seconds. I love this duo because it turns long fights into surgical executions. You feel total control of the rhythm of the battle. In practice, the flow is addictive. Tony opens with repulsors in a straight line and the cannon special to agglomerate and weaken groups, creating chip damage that leaves enemies vulnerable without risking close combat early. Then Panther swaps, dashing into the middle with multi-hits and the special of traversals to clean up what's left, especially in bosses where you need fast burst to punish openings. For me, this synergy is personally satisfying because it rewards patience. No spam, just intelligent positioning that makes you feel like a Marvel strategist. What elevates it to the top 3 is the versatility in tight scenarios, such as arenas with hazards or corridor phases. Iron Man holds distance and elites, Panther repositions with feline mobility to avoid annoying resets and capitalize on cleanup. In survival or campaign, the chip plus finish loop accelerates clears and minimizes damage taken, perfect for long runs where fatigue hits. I play this and think, why complicate with slow tanks when this duo makes everything flow like an infinite combo? This position reflects the perfect balance, but it's not number 1 because it depends on precise timing. Miss the swap, and Panther can expose himself without setup. Still, for me, it's a guilty pleasure in mid to late game co-op, destroying Annihilus and minions with efficiency that is addictive. Take them for your next survival and tell me in the comments if this climbed to your personal podium.
Repulsor Blast! Vibranium Blade!
She-Hulk and Venom in the top 2 make perfect sense, because this is that duo that turns any phase into a chaotic beating party, but organized in your own way. Both are A-tier, with a focus on throws and area control. And the cool thing is that it's not a fresh synergy or full of conditions. You enter, grab, smash, and leave the whole floor shaking. Venom works as the problem magnet, pulling enemies with the tendrils and holding the front line, while She-Hulk enters to show how to clean up a group with a grab and slam in the face. It's the kind of duo you choose when you want to feel the weight of each hit, without losing mobility. The heart of the synergy is in crowd control. Venom has one of the best frontline CCs in the game with the tentacles, grouping enemies that were scattered and preparing everything for the She-Hulk show. When he pulls and leaves everyone stuck together, she enters with area grabs, slams on the ground, and throws that make the entire screen respond with a tasty hit stop. In crowded co-op with 4 players, this shines even more because you create giant windows of vulnerability for the rest of the team to fit specials, while the She-Hulk plus Venom duo ensures that no one stays standing for too long. The detail that makes this duo delicious to play is how the assists and the swap system allow practically eternal juggles. You can start a combo with Venom, pull, hit hard, call She-Hulk as an assist to extend with a grab that throws up, go back to Venom, and continue the juggle as if you were in a beat-em-up with a fighting game tag system. When you get the timing, it seems like the ground disappears for the enemies. They simply don't come back to play. In long runs or more advanced levels, this is gold. Less risk, more style, more time with the hit counter exploding. For me, this duo deserves to be in the top 2 because it balances brute power with that feeling of root co-op, where you and your partner just want to destroy everything and laugh while lifting enemies to infinity. It's not the fastest pair in the world, and against very mobile bosses, you miss a more consistent zoning. But when the game fills the screen with mobs, She-Hulk plus Venom look like a cosmic garbage disposal. It's the perfect choice for those who like grabbing, want to feel the impact in each animation, and love to see the screen completely under the control of your team. Spider-Man and Wolverine at top 1 is that choice that simply works for any level of player. Absolute S tier because the control and then explode flow is natural, fast, and consistent in any phase. The spider traps, pulls, and slows down with webs while repositioning effortlessly. Logan enters tearing with burst melee and self-heal sustain that maintains the rhythm even under pressure. The game encourages tag on the fly and duo combos, so this philosophy of safe setup plus explosive kill fits like a glove in modern co-op. In hand, the feeling is delicious. Starts with Spider-Man wedding elites, swinging over the pack and leaving everyone grouped or rooted. Then switches to Wolverine and peels the bar with fast slashes and specials that melt mini-bosses. His self-heal allows you to extend DPS windows without retreating, while the spider resets the field whenever the screen starts to breathe. In 4 players, this becomes a spectacle. Web creates a window, Wolverine capitalizes, and the rest of the team fits specials without fear. The secret of the meta here is reliability in waves and bosses. Web guarantees risk control and clean positioning. Claws deliver true damage with little dependence on complex setups. In tight arenas or phases with hazards, the spider keeps the axis of the fight where you want, and Logan doesn't waste opportunity. If it opened, it's punishment with chain combo. This pair shines especially in no damage taken or time challenges, because it reduces chaos and accelerates clear. If there is a but, it's just the discipline of the swap. Anticipating the right moment to get out of web control for the burst avoids overextending on Wolverine. Other than that, it's the duo that most forgives error and most rewards execution. It's a pleasure to play and still looks cinematic when everything fits. It's no wonder that, among the 15 heroes available and the active tag system, this duo has become a reference for co-op. Control to burst kill as a gold standard.
Dodge past their shields, I can hit them in the back.